Good morning to you, Gail. Maybe you can answer that for us.
Good morning, Jane. Is the country making progress? I think we've made immense progress since 1994 legislatively. I think that we've got the best laws and policies in the world. I think that it's a well-known fact that we have serious implementation problems on the inside of the system, and then on the outside of the system, just horrific levels of misogynistic violence against women and girls and gender non-conforming people. I think, it's not a race, it's not an event, it is a process. I think there's been progress, but I think there have also been a lot of problems in getting women's human rights protected in the ways that the Constitution envisages.
And how do we make that happen? I mean, obviously, people need to be better educated that it is wrong, and I think that's at the crux of the matter here, isn't it?
Well, I think that the women's movement and, the feminist elements within the women's movement have certainly done a lot in the last 3 years to really, really, really raise the issue and to bring it into a greater public awareness. And I think that we really should give credit to the fact that there is a very, very viable South African women's movement that is really, really tired of empty promises and failure to deliver. And I think that they zeroed in on the structural problems and have made the demands related to real structural impediments to women's, equality in South Africa, specifically with respect to violence against women.
I mean, sadly, Gail, we're seeing this increase, aren't we, which suggests, so much anger in the country, so many issues on that level haven't been tackled.
No, absolutely. But I think that it also is a moment for self-reflection, that the very public that is so outraged also does need to take cognizance of the ways in which we all contribute towards violence against women. And I think what the women's movement has made us aware is that this is an intersectional issue. Violence is not confined to intimate partner violence. Violence is a spectrum, that there are many ways that women experience violence, not just in the home. And I think that it is a moment for all of us to take ownership and responsibility for the myriad ways in which we all contribute to the violence against women in society, and particularly the ways in which men and boys contribute to the violence.
Today marks the start of this 16 days of activism across the world. What are your expectations for this period? What do you want to see being done and raised?
Well, I hope that there would also be greater awareness in South Africa about the roots of the 16 days of activism. And, everybody's calling for 360 days, which I think is absolutely important. But I think we must not forget the 3 Mirabal sisters of the Dominican Republic who were murdered on this day. And this is where the day comes from. They were real icons for the feminist struggle and for women's liberation. And I think that we need to remember the violence and misogyny that murdered them is connected to the violence and the misogyny that is murdering and raping South African women and girls. And I hope that this period will bring renewed awareness of the global problem, and that we are part of a global community where violations against women and girls are the biggest human rights violation around the world today.
Well, I wish you all the success. Gail Smith, thank you.